zone right now that she could only dream of.
Yeah, you said it. In the zone. I don't think you can say it any better than that. How about playing above herself?
15 love.
Justine Henin in the last set and a half, 21 winners. Only 4 in the first set.
Jennifer has to be patient that she's going to come back down to earth. I mean, Jennifer has to keep going for her shots, but also hope that Justine gets a little more human.
40 love.
Okay, 3 points in a row.
Now the first thing Capriati needs is this hold, and then she knows she has 2 chances.
40-15.
Maybe get back to taking her time a little bit more.
Remember, she ran off the streak of winning 9 straight games against Serena Williams. She's been on the receiving end of this kind of streak. And Jennifer Capriati will sit and regroup. She knows she's running out of time as a few raindrops begin to fall on center court.
Just like Mom used to make, huh? What? Never mind.
Strawberry? Don't mind if I do.
He's out, and it's all over for England.
Typical. Home, Dixon. Righto, sir.
Go to NBCI.com for the best search on the web. And now, exclusive sneak previews of NBC's new fall.
Who do you want to be? Victim or killer?
She must recreate it.
I'll be the victim. I'm gonna find out who did this to you.
Crossing Jordan premieres this fall on NBC. To learn more, log on to NBCI.com.
NBC's Wimbledon coverage continues Friday at noon in all time zones with Andre Agassi versus Patrick Rafter in the gentlemen's semifinals. Plus, nightly updates at 11:35 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, all concluding with a double serving of breakfast at Wimbledon, Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on NBC.
Center court Wimbledon. Another classic match with a remarkable turn. Jennifer Capriati storming through the first set on what seemed to be a certain path to the final, only to run into an absolute whirlwind in Justine Henin, who after a medical timeout to treat blisters early in the second set has been on fire, and now maybe the one thing that Jennifer Capriati could have used more than anything else, a rain delay.
This is definitely going to help Jennifer Capriati. I mean, they get to go back and talk to their coaches, and at this point she needs a little bit of advice, I think, and she's bewildered out there. She can't believe that this is the same player in the third set that she was playing in the first set. Just totally role reversal here.
John McEnroe said earlier in our program today he thinks someone up above is looking down on Jennifer this year. This would be the ultimate.
As usual, John, you're probably right.
I mean, the way Justine Henin has been hitting the ball, it's the worst possible time to stop the match for her. So the Belgian teenager trying to reach a Grand Slam final for the first time now has to go and wait 2 games away and give Jennifer Capriati that chance to regroup.
safe is your retirement plan? Sun America can help. Just ask your financial advisor. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
C. Dot. C. Dot run. See where Dot gets all her energy.
I love this bed.
Sealy Posturepedic. We support you night and day.
Okay, hang on. You guys got any imported beer? I got a beer you're really gonna like. It's made with the finest European hops. And if you ask me, it's one of the smoothest beers around. I'll be the judge of that. Good looking beer. Oh, yeah. No, that's how beer's supposed to taste. I don't know how these guys drink that domestic stuff. All right, listen.
Beer or Michelob Light?
Earn both hotel points and airline miles for the very same stay. Only with the new Hilton Honors family. Now with more than 2,000 hotels where your travel is more rewarding.
Question about DirecTV?
Yeah, I hear this thing hits like an insane amount of sports channels. That's what I want, sports 24/7.
Hey, hon. What's up?
You're absolutely right, sir. With DirecTV, you and your family can enjoy wonderful educational channels together.
Here's the pitch.
I'll let you guys talk.
Deep into center field. It could be.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here. Circuit City. We're with you.
Educational. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
NBC Thursday. Catch another all-new Spy TV after Friends. Then catch another episode of this summer's newest comedy hit every Tuesday.
Should I take off my top, do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
Spy TV, now 2 times a week.
This is the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Here's your host, Hannah Storm.
And back in our studio with Bud Collins behind Court 18, a rain delay in the match between Justine Henin and Jennifer Capriati. Henin leads 4-1 in the third, and a delay here, Bud, that'll probably benefit Jennifer, like Chrissy said.
It can't hurt her. It can't hurt her at all. Maybe saved by rain, as Jim Courier was in the French Open of 1991. Being beaten up by Andre Agassi, went away for rain. Jim had his battle plans changed, turned the match around, and won his first French Open title. Rain can help, rain can hurt. Pete Sampras here on center court against Richard Krajicek in 1996. A match interrupted 3 times, and Pete never could find his rhythm, and that was his last defeat here at Wimbledon until Roger Federer caught up with him the other day.
Well, what has happened here in today's match? Justine Henin looks like a completely different player from the one who started.
I think she was a little jittery on center court. She had lost to Jennifer Capriati, their only meeting. She had retired with an injured ankle, and suddenly she found her touch. She has one of the most beautiful backhands I've ever seen. Sidewinder, it goes through, but in the second game of the second set, when Jennifer hit a terrific lob that landed on the baseline, what did Henin do? She straightened up and hit an overhead, and you do not see women hitting that shot. She hit it from the baseline for a winner. 2 games from being a winner now.
Okay, well, maybe she'll try not to think about that much during the rain delay, because that could add a little bit of pressure. Meanwhile, Jennifer Capriati tries to regroup as we resume with the ladies' semifinal match in just a moment.
This has been the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
This fall, it's your first day as a doctor. How do you feel?
Imagine living in a third world country where the lights went out. We'd laugh at that government's leadership. You don't have to imagine it. Just look at Governor Gray Davis and our blackouts. He blames everyone but himself. Now he wants his bureaucrats to control electricity. Under Gray Davis, we've got first world taxes and third world rolling blackouts. Maybe it's time we started calling them by their right name. Rolling grayouts.
Just like Mom used to make, huh? What? Never mind.
Strawberry? Don't mind if I do.
He's out, and it's all over for England.
Typical. Home, Dixon. Righto, sir.
The greatest names in women's tennis are coming to town. Davenport, Celis, Hingis, Kornikova, Williams, and don't miss Jennifer Capriati. The Acura Classic, July 28th through August 5th at La Costa Resort and Spa. For tickets, call 760-438-5683 today.
Today's sports coverage is brought to you in part by British Airways.
The championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by British Airways, the official airline of Wimbledon. The British simply know how to travel. And by Sealy Posturepedic, we support you night and day. With Chris Evert, Ted Robinson back on center court, where after a rain delay of 17 minutes off court, and now with the sun trying to break through, the players return, Justine Henin and Jennifer Capriati. They did both retire to the locker room during this short delay. And we'll delay just long enough. The players will be allowed a 3-minute warm-up.
Well, that usually means, you know, just hitting some balls for a minute and a half or so and then warming up your serve. But they probably went back to the locker room, maybe changed their shirt. They had permission to talk to anybody they wanted,
that's
so
the key,
they're going to get,
Chris?
yeah, they're going to get some coaching. It benefits Jennifer. It always benefits the player who's losing at that time. But I'm sure Stefano told her, you know what, done it before, you can do it again. You're the comeback queen, and also maybe get some more first serves in while you're at it.
We always talk about the pressure in these moments, and yes, in a sense, there's a tremendous burden on Jennifer Capriati because she knows what she has a chance to achieve. But is there a way, Chris, as a competitor in this moment, that you can say, this young lady, Justine Henin, has never won a match like this, that the pressure really is on her to try to finish?
The pressure still is on Jennifer.
Okay, so the answer is no.
No matter how you
Okay.
look at it, I think the pressure still is very much on Jennifer. It would be, you know, it'd be a big upset, and all her hopes and dreams. I mean, she has really more to accomplish, more to achieve at this point, winning the third leg. The fact, though, this is just a semifinal match, you still have to win the next match. But you know, Justine has to go into this situation thinking, you know, I'm younger, I haven't had as much experience. I've just got to keep going for my shots. I mean, she has to keep it real simple. Keep going for her shots, because that's how she caught up in that third set, and that's why she's played so well. She's going for all her shots.
Well, Jennifer Capriati won 8 of the first 11 games in this match, but at the changeover, 6-2, 2-1 Capriati, second set. Justine Henin had the WTA trainer come to court, and a lingering blister problem was treated. And from that medical changeover on, Justine Henin has been a completely different player, and in the beginning of this third set, just hitting an incredible array of winners.
Well, even more so than at that point, I think at 3-all, when Jennifer had a point to go 4-3 and she double faulted, and that was a long game. And after Justine won that game, it was downhill for Jennifer. So I mean, there could be two different places where.
Chris, have you sensed any let up at all from Jennifer Capriati during the match?
I think in the second set she did not play as well as she did in the first set. She wasn't returning with as much authority. She didn't have the confidence. She just came off her shots a little bit more. She was a few more feet behind the baseline. She was on the defensive. But that's Jennifer's, but that's also Justine playing better. And just, I mean, the power. I said, I don't think this match will match the power of Serena versus Jennifer. Well, I'm eating my words now, because the last set and a half, it has matched that match 2 days ago.
Jennifer Capriati trying to reach a final where she would have another huge hurdle, either the defending champ, Venus Williams, or Lindsay Davenport. They play in the second ladies semifinal. And
it's tough road ahead of her to think that she would have to beat Serena in that emotional thriller, then to beat Justine. If she won this match once again, she'd have a great comeback, and then to go on and play one of those giants. You know, Venus and Lindsay are so tall and so strong. I mean, is that asking too much? I don't know. It's asking an awful lot.
Trying to do something that in recent years only Steffi Graf has done, the French and Wimbledon back-to-back. Well, tomorrow, the gentlemen's semifinals at 12 noon in all time zones for the third consecutive year. On semifinal Friday, Andre Agassi and Patrick Rafter do battle. Last year they produced 5 sets of tennis that many veteran observers, including Mr. McEnroe, who spent quite a few years here, call as fine a match on grass court tennis as they've ever seen. Who do you like?
That I was afraid you were going to ask me that. I don't know how you can. I mean, it's the first 2 shots will tell the whole match, because, you know, Pat obviously needs to get a high percentage of first serves, and Andre's return is the best in the game. So,
all right, here we go. Henin serving at 4-1. Jennifer Capriati coming out knowing she has 2 chances. Needs to break in one of them to stay alive.
No, this is like starting over. I mean, this is like, let's go into a 4th set here, you know, because it's they had enough of a break. They have to be both a little bit stiff. Neither of them have the momentum right now.
30-15.
The 4th ace for Henin. Capriati again pleading her case to no avail.
It's frustrating because they're never going to change their call.
The difference with this restart is that Capriati has no margin for error.
Yeah. Well, there's that overhead Bud Collins was talking about. She never misses those when they're at the baseline. It's a tough shot, but that toss was a little bit low.
And Capriati again in the middle of a game, running over to change a racket.
Indecisive about her rackets, just trying to find the one that has that best feel.
Justine Henin, again that look towards her coach Carlos Rodriguez. She knows 5 points.
She's looking up every single point, and she's with intensity.
Did you notice that about your opponent?
You notice everything about your opponent. I mean, you try not to look at them, but you notice their body language very well. Maybe a hint of a smile on Justine's face. Just good hands at the net, good anticipation. Just didn't have to do anything special with that ball.
And now she can taste it 1 game away.
Love 15. Net for serve. 15 all.
Capriati's still moving.
Running forehand. Look at this, just running side to side on the defensive. This volley I thought was a winner. How she could come up with a shot like that?
The quality of the tennis, as you said earlier, Chris, in this match, been very good.
Much better than the Serena Williams-Jennifer match. It's a little frustrated, questioning the bounces towards the baseline are getting a little chewed up.
So right now, Capriati's goal has to be make Henin serve it out. Jennifer's ball barely cleared the net.
Skimmed the net there.
40-30.
Just not getting that first serve in.
Oh.
And that's what happens when you give her a second serve. Talk about looking up to the player box and looking at her coach, and Martina Navratilova did that every point. Just to get that encouragement, a little bit of insecurity maybe, but it helps.
Oh, both balls.
They're both hitting so deep.
And now it's Henin. So close. She can't afford to be at all distracted.
You know, if they stopped hitting so deep, they wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah.
This could be, every call could be questioned.
Now Capriati puts that away, but now Justine Henin will sit. She knows she will have 2 chances if she needs them to serve to end Jennifer Capriati's Grand Slam dream.
2 final sets.
In order to solve the crime,
Who do you want to be? Victim or killer?
she must recreate it.
I'll be the victim. I'm gonna find out who did this to you.
Crossing Jordan premieres this fall on NBC.
Jennifer Capriati, and I'm not sure how a tennis player ever handles this incredible change of momentum and how quickly it occurs on this surface, Chris.
She's probably wondering that herself. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Where did it go wrong? Maybe thinking about that double fault at 3-all. She was on her way to winning that set. She still looked like she was playing pretty well. But she let Justine into the match, and Justine's level went up about 100 times.
The Capriati family split at times during Jennifer's travails, united in support of her this year, hoping that there's one last miracle left.
I know.
And meanwhile, a country now of 10 million watching a woman poised to be their newest sports hero. After having a Belgian play for the French Open title and lose to Jennifer Capriati, Justine Henin 3 points from the Wimbledon final.
She's been serving 57% first serves in this set, which is a very good percentage. And Jennifer keeps hitting the ball harder than ever.
15-all.
She's not going to let up. If she's going to go down, it's going to be playing her game. That serve has pretty much won her the match. I mean, she's been acing wide, or even if she gets Jennifer out wide, she has that whole court to hit her backhand.
And now Justine Henin at the moment. 2 match points. Just
oh, she had to go for it. It's been working the whole match.
Justine Henin, age 19, will play for the Ladies' Championship at Wimbledon. It has been a year in the women's game when new faces have emerged, and here's another one.
It's incredible. I didn't know much about this girl last year at this time. If you were to tell me she would be in the finals of Wimbledon.
Ranked 100 in the world last Wimbledon, this year in the finals.
And Jennifer, it was just asking too much. She didn't have as much when she dug deep. There was no reserve. It just wasn't there for her. And she will be very disappointed, but will handle it with the new maturity she has.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest
incredible
of security,
run,
if you leave your seat,
the
please
dream
make sure
of
you take all your belongings with
tennis's
you.
greatest prize, the Grand Slam. The 4 championships in 1 calendar year gone on center court Wimbledon at the hands of a 19-year-old Belgian who is a slight in stature player by today's tennis world, but showed no lack of strength, either physical or mental today.
She was blown off the court the first set. I thought it was hardly going to be a match at all, and then you start to see her power and her flowing from both sides, her great mobility around the court, her soft hands at the net, and her nerves, and that's the most impressive thing. She won that match. Jennifer did not lose it.
Only the 2nd time she's ever beaten a top player, ever, and the 1st time at a Grand Slam championship. Justine Henin, her coach Carlos Rodriguez, has been with her since she started playing tennis in a Francophone tennis academy in Mons, Belgium at age 14. 5 years later, they're going to play for the Ladies' Championship at Wimbledon. How does this sound? Belgium, tennis powerhouse.
Who would have thought?
Twice in a month, Kim Clijsters played for the Roland Garros Championship, and now on the grass courts of England, it's 19-year-old Justine Henin. And she will play either of the past 2 ladies champions, Lindsay Davenport or Venus Williams.